Most cigars are designed to capture a region. This cigar was designed to capture an experience. Imagine this: a smoke pit, a campfire, barbecue pit, and a warm summer evening in Kentucky. This is Stay Smokin'.
One.
Hey, I'm Paul, and this is Stay Smokin'. And over there on the other camera, we got Cole. What's up, Cole?
Oh, getting this stream running for you, making sure it's all good.
You're doing a good job. We miss Caleb, but we'll see her next week, I'm sure. So listen up. We got a lot to talk about today. We got to talk about a cigar we're going to enjoy. We got a golf tournament just to mention again. The sales that we've been talking about all week are coming into an end. We'll talk about that. And we got something musical to talk about. It's kind of a surprise, I think, a little bit. I'm curious to see what we're going to talk about there. And before we do anything else, my favorite time daily this week. You ready?
All right, Paul.
All right.
Hit me with it.
Now I owe you two because I didn't give you one yesterday, did I? I forgot.
Yeah, you owe
Dad
me
joke
too.
time, right? Dad joke time. I forgot mine yesterday. So here's yesterday's. All right. Why am I laughing? It's so cheesy. What's a cowboy's favorite car?
What?
You're not even gonna guess?
No.
An Audi, partner. Yes. That's the reaction I want. That is exactly the reaction I want. Awesome. That's perfect. Okay, I've done my job with that. I'm gonna take the hat off just because it messes with my headphones. But again, I'm wearing this shirt for the fifth day in a row now, which I take off after the stream.
Yeah,
yes. I took the hat off because it just, like I said, I can't hear you properly. So much to talk about. First things first, let's get right into the cigar we're going to enjoy today. Let me get into that. Cole, you ready for this?
Yeah, hit me.
All right, so today we are smoking a Kentucky fire-cured Just a Friend Toro. Its origin is from Nicaragua. The strength is medium to full. It comes in a 6x52 Toro size. The flavors and aromas, a distinct barbecue aroma, mesquite, leather, earthy notes, and a touch of sweetness. Sounds like my buddy Simon's barbecue beans. Notable aspects: the Kentucky Fire cured Mexican San Andres wrapper with Ecuador, Connecticut shade binder and Nicaraguan fillers. A little bit of history here. The Just a Friend Vitola debuted in 2019 as a limited release inspired by the classic flying pig shape, featuring a short, stout Perfecto with a pigtail cap. This is a Toro. Unlike most cigar tobaccos, which are air-cured, the Kentucky Fire Cured blend uses tobacco leaves that are hung in barns and slowly cured over smoldering hardwood fires, typically oak, hickory, and maple. This centuries-old process, rooted in tobacco-growing regions of western Kentucky and Tennessee, gives the leaves their distinctive smoky campfire-like character. Now, the suggested pairings, a cherry cola or a Scotch ale beer, barbecue ribs, roasted almonds, and espresso. The suggested specific pairing, and this is what I'm probably going to do this weekend, the specific pairing is Sons of Kent Scotch Ale. This traditional Scotch ale, or wee heavy, uses wee heavy. This is my best Scottish accent. Uses imported ingredients from Scotland. Look for malt-driven notes of caramel and raisin, followed by rich flavors of molasses and licorice. Okay, that sounds tasty. I think we have an image of that, do we not? Of that particular can that's available. If you are in Ontario, like we are, it's available in the LCBO. Check out if it's actually available in stock at your specific outlet.
Just got to adjust it for the Instagram stream, guys. Sorry about
Sons of Kent Brewing Company, award-winning Scotch ale, 9%. Oh my goodness, that's strong.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks good too. From just the image, I'm kind of judging a book by its cover right now. But
well, it's kind of like the bands on the cigars, right?
Yeah.
I do sometimes, judge the cans. In this case, I like the look of that. I like the sound of it. High octane, 9%. Anyways, we're not talking too much about that beer because right now I have with the cigar. I have a cola. I don't have a cherry cola. I forgot to pick one up, but we have cola here. So I'm going to pair it with just a regular cola. I would certainly over the weekend, I'd probably have either that Midtown Irish stout I like, or if I can pick up one of those Sons of Kent Scotch ales or a Scotch ale of any kind.
You had a Midtown last night, didn't you?
I didn't. I was going to, and I ended up having my stock and roast cider instead.
Nice.
And then I mixed it up with something. I had something else. Oh, I had I had a couple of. Boy, I'm a boozer, I guess now. I had a couple of canned Caesars.
Nice.
And that was more appropriate for how I was feeling, to be honest.
Yeah.
So this weekend, we got a football game to go to in Toronto tomorrow. Nico's playing football.
Nice.
And I'm going to visit some friends, my old roommate and his wife. And Lisa's driving, so I'm probably going to bring something there. Probably a cider, mid-afternoon, early evening.
Yep.
So I'll probably do that. And then Sunday, I'm going to probably barbecue, and that's when I'll enjoy this smoke that I'm about to light right now. I might as well get to that. If you look at this over the overhead, it's like a nice dark wrapper, right? The Kentucky Fire Cured Muat, and it's Grand Toro size. It was Toro sized. Now, what you normally shouldn't do, I'm going to put this up to my nose. Yeah. This is like one of those etiquette things that I think we should probably revisit, like, cigar lounge and cigar store etiquette. Yeah. If you haven't purchased a cigar yet and you're going around doing this, that's a big no-no. That's like taking a bite out of an apple before you buy it. You own it now. So as soon as you put that cigar on your nose, but you own that. Yeah. You don't want to put it in your mouth, that's for sure. But this is a misconception. You can do this. If it's a cigar you purchased and you own and you're about to smoke it, then you can do whatever you want, pretty much. Not whatever you want totally. Because you want to put it in your mouth before cutting it. Because what if you share that cutter?
Exactly.
Right? Especially in a lounge where there's cutters available to you. I put it in my mouth, okay, now I cut it. Well, now my germs are on that cutter, and then you can pass it on. So anyways, just a little thing there. I think we'll probably revisit in the future.
Yeah, maybe we can do a little thing on it.
Lounge etiquette. Yeah, right?
Yeah, I think it'd be good.
But anyways, I can do this because I'm about to smoke it. Oh, wow, that's strong mesquite, strong barbecue smell. Yeah, I might do a straight cut again today.
All right.
Yeah, I usually do my V cut, but I'm going to go straight cut for this. Yeah. It's a little bit off the end there. That's the good thing is too. I can, if I don't take enough off, I can always revisit the cut. No, I still haven't cut the cap.
Real quick, while you're doing that, we have a couple chats. YouTube, John Rizzuti says thumbs up, and Billy Paul on Kick says yummy. Cola and a cigar are goated.
You know what? You're absolutely right. Something I wouldn't have thought of until Cole and I experienced that a few weeks ago. We went through every day going through a different type of cola, and you're absolutely right. Not a mistake to do that at all. Not something gauche, if you will. Everybody says, oh, you got to have a bourbon or a scotch or a certain beer. Yeah, perhaps. But don't knock a soda until you've had it. Don't knock having a cola with your stick. That's for sure. Okay, let me get toasted. I'm going to turn off the AC in here because the fan's blowing pretty hard.
You've seen what I pair with Mike Daly smokes with that here. I drink a Monster with it, so you can literally pair it with anything. If
generational difference right there. I can't touch even Red Bull, nothing like that. Anything like that's I have coffee, but you know what to expect. I don't know. I can't do the Monster energy drinks.
And this is a grand return for this cigar, actually.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And again, it was 2019. It was introduced as a pigtail initially, like a short fire pig or flying pig. And hold on a second, I didn't do a dry draw.
You got a
cold draw.
You still have to light that.
Yep, I just toasted. I've been talking and thinking too much.
You're excited for it. Mm-hmm. There we go.
Oh, that's a very different flavor. Mm-hmm. And when I say flavor, this tobacco, instead of being like just cured in a warehouse somewhere, it's cured in these old barns that have where they have charred oak and maple and so on, and that smoke gets infused into the tobacco. So they're infused with that sort of fire pit barbecue flavor. So
you're almost getting a little bit of smokiness, kind of like fire-like, right? Kind of, I would almost akin to it from what you're describing. I would say it's almost pretty close to a Latakia pipe tobacco.
Is that right? I have yet to have Latakia, and I would like to try Latakia. Yeah, I'd imagine by the sounds of it, when you said Latakia pipe tobacco is like a fire pit, like a campfire.
Yep.
That's what I got right now, and the mesquite for sure as well. There's leather already. I have hardly just even started. There's very little pepperiness. I know we talk about pepper all the time, but typically, you know what I also found out is that you can over toast, and therefore you get the that peppery sort of
Yep.
burn or flavor, or whatever it can be because of over toasting.
Yep.
You can under toast, of course, as well. But so this is yummy.
Another little follow-up from Billy Paul. He says, helps newer users too. I'm guessing it's related to the Coke pairing.
Right.
Coca-Cola. Helps newer users too, keeps the blood sugar up, less Nick spins for my buddies that don't partake as much.
Yeah, wise. And if you're just starting out, this might not be a starter cigar.
No.
I don't think that this would be something like you should pretty much have have a few maybe Connecticut shades to start off with, something smoother, creamier. I mean, you might smoke this and right away be your first cigar and be like, wow, this is awesome.
Yep.
But no matter what, when you have your first stick, don't let that experience, if it's not a good experience, don't let it like fool you and think, okay, cigars aren't for me. Because you might find something in your flavor profile completely different that say, oh, this is night and day. Where have you been all my life? And I find that with, lighter Connecticut shades versus the Maduros and Mexican San Andres wrappers that are much more flavorful and darker flavors like dark chocolate, coffee, espresso, leather, cedar. But then you get into the Connecticut shades. It's more about your coffee, your lighter coffee, morning coffee that you have. Oh, and that's something that I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah.
But this, okay. So I can imagine, like I'm going to barbecue on more than likely I'm going to barbecue on Sunday, weather dependent. I'm hoping the weather's good for it, and I'd be smoking barbecue ribs maybe, or eat like barbecuing ribs, maybe some beans, toasted almonds to sort of snack with a buddy, while we're barbecuing.
Yep.
And I would have a dark ale, a Scotch ale, perhaps if I can pick up that Sons of Kent Scotch ale, I might do that. And if not alcoholic, I would probably try the cherry cola just to see what that's like. With this regular cola, yeah, that makes sense. That makes total sense. It softens the blow a little bit. When I say it softens the blow, I don't mean like there's some harshness to this, but if there is any, this sort of softens it. I'm looking for the sweetness to come out. Apparently, there's a slight sweetness to come out. Let's see if that might be later on.
Yeah, I gotta wait. Be a little patient with it, right? Another YouTube chat before we get into a couple other things here. Jessica Pierce says, glad I caught you on the live. Hey, Paul, hope you're doing well. Cool show, guys.
Hey, Jessica. Jessica is a grad from many years ago.
Okay.
Works in film right now, I believe, and has worked on some big name films. I don't want to misquote and name them. She might name them in the chat. But Jessica's doing really well in the industry, and good to see you here, or at least good to see your chat here.
So before we get into some more...
There's some business to take care of.
there's some business to take care of.
Yeah. What do you want to start with? The sales. The sales that we've having all week. The Frontier sale, where we've got like the Father's Day sales. We got a variety of sales going on, a variety of things, up to 30% off. That is all ending at midnight tonight, correct?
Correct, yep. Oh, I should have hit the button.
I want to break
on.
it because I've been getting the for most of the
Can I
stuff.
find him again?
Correct.
Hey, thank you very much. Yeah, I feel better now. Yesterday we played this game, actually, and it was the film category, and I even pre-chose the films that were going to be covered. I didn't know what the question was going to be. I thought I'll ace this. I'm
Yeah.
a professor who taught film and TV. I think I was 0 for 5 on the stream.
Yeah, even after the stream.
And even after the stream, I was like 0 for 7. I think I got the 8th one,
Yeah.
and I don't consider that redemption. I'm embarrassed. 2 minutes in the box. Feel shame.
But yeah, sale, Father's Day sale, it ends tonight at midnight. There's a lot of good sales. If you're looking for some just hyperlinks to get to where you're looking for, check our main page. There's a bunch of banners up there. You can click the Shop Now button. It will take you to where you need to go.
And soon enough, you're going to hear that magical sound, and we'll be able to give you a discount code for this as well, on top of the sales. Like they can stack the code on top of the sales. Wait for that. Wait for that. That chime, if you will, or whatever the sound is. Cole's been using this like like the what is that? Like a big jump
MLG
up on
horn.
MLG horn. Yeah. Boy, that thing's so overplayed. So sales are going to be over. Go check out the website, like Cole just said. Check out what the sales are going on. They are going on until midnight tonight. When we give out the code, you can use that on top of the discounts that already exist. The other thing is, the golf tournament.
Yes.
There's a golf tournament that we've been talking about. We're going to continue talking about until it happens on August 7th. That's Friday, August 7th in Ottawa at the Marshes Country Club. It's going to be in my opinion, a fantastic day, all for a good cause. All proceeds will be going to the Quinte Mohawk School here in Tyendinaga, and it is great cause for the kids, right? For the kids and
support the
their
kids.
schooling. Support the kids indeed. So I think it's $5.50 a person with a minimum of 2 people to register.
I believe.
Registration and details are all available on the website, cigarchief.com. And I think for a foursome, of course, do the math, it's $2,200. But that includes, everybody gets $300 worth of Cigar Chief cigars and accessories. That in itself is going to be exciting to see what's included in that. I don't know yet. We don't know the details. They're still being formulated. We don't know exactly. We have an idea of some of the vendors will be there, but we don't want to give that away until we have everything confirmed and locked in. And each of those vendors on each hole will be offering some sort of swag or prizes. Prizes for your typical closest to the hole, closest to the pin, hole in one if you're lucky enough. Will it be a car? We don't know what's going to be yet.
Probably not a car.
Probably not a car, but something big as it always is, and plenty of other prizes and so on. You get a boxed lunch as well as a full dinner from Chef Linus. What's his first name? Clifford Linus, I believe, at the Brook Street Hotel, a hotel that I've stayed at with my wife. That is a really nice hotel, and I'm sure the food will be great too. So you get a boxed lunch to take with you out in your cart. You get $300 worth of swag and cigars from Cigar Chief, let alone all the swag you'll be getting from the various vendors, plus opportunities to win prizes for closest to the pin, hole in one, stuff like that. And then, of course, a nice dinner at the end of the day. So anyways, make sure you check out the website for all the details about that. Again, as we get closer, I'm sure in July, we'll be talking a lot more about this and offering you some more information as far as vendors and prizes and so on.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm about, almost an inch in? Structure's good. I think a little bit of user error on my part, but otherwise, structure's pretty good.
And a little touch up wouldn't hurt to fix it up if you have any.
No, and you know what? Smoke on this is excellent.
I'm not getting any room notes out here yet, but it might just be taking its time to get out.
The air is kind of hanging in here, so I can see it just sort of. I love it though. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like I'm hotboxing at the end of the day.
But it gives you lounge vibes, like you're sitting in a lounge.
Total lounge vibes. And like we're talking about, the lounge here. I see these videos a lot about, talking about lounge etiquette, and they showcase how dress codes and minimum expenditure in order to, be in the lounge. Like when you were in New York, that you had to pay a door fee, if you brought your own cigar, a cutting fee, and then you had to purchase a certain minimum amount of either food or drink specifically in order to just be there. Right?
Yeah, specifically at the Davidoff store, it was you have to spend a minimum of $250 if you're not a member of their store.
That's crazy.
In order to sit in their lounge. And while I was there was some guy, he was a member, and he could just walk into the humidor, pick what he wanted without paying for it, and just go sit in the lounge.
Wow.
Which is it's really cool. But it gave really
Shishi vibes, bougie vibes.
Yeah, a little bit rich vibes. Like, this is a club and you're not a part of it, haha. Kind of vibes.
So and that's what if that's for those who enjoy that's great, and I can see the allure. The thing that we're getting to though is that our lounge is open to the public. There's no fee, especially if you come on a Friday where you can whatever you purchase on a Friday, and it's Friday today, so if you're able to come in, it's busy today out there. I think there's a lot of people who are stocking up for Dad's Day.
Oh yeah.
Right. So it's really busy. They had to call in extra help for the front. But if there's a lounge there, there's no dress code. In fact, you can be sitting next to somebody who's just come off a road crew shift, to the person who comes in a 3-piece suit and everything in between. Like I'm usually rather casual in there when I come, and usually I met up with Rob today during my lunchtime. We sat in the lounge and he enjoyed something I suggested, and I didn't have time to smoke anything with him. But very casual. We had the FIFA game was on, the replay of Canada versus Qatar.
Yep.
Sometimes they have us live playing in there. They might be right now. I don't know if so. Hey, everybody. Hope you're enjoying whatever you're enjoying in our lounge. But the idea of that exclusivity, show up to our lounge, to our store, go in the back, enjoy. And I say go in the back. You can see the lounge from the front as soon as you walk in.
Yep.
If you can't see it right away, just ask. It's right there. And soon enough, we'll be expanding into the newly renovated sections, and you'll be able to to move into that area for to enjoy your sticks, and lots of space and of shelves of all the selection we have.
Even if you don't want to sit in the lounge and you're just here to pick up a couple sticks and go, you can smoke your cigar while you're shopping too. We are totally okay with that.
That's the funny thing is you're working
a really
here.
unique thing.
Yeah, definitely unique. That working here, I was saying the other day how I can walk around with my cigar pipe and go talk to people in various departments and so on. It's kind of cool. And then go in the
Yeah.
front, talk to some customers, and then come back and get back to work. Hey, oh, it's the regular sound.
Yeah, we're back to the regular
Not the
sound today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So today, smoky mesquite barbecue. I'm gonna say barbecue is the code today. I'm locking that in.
You're locking it in?
I'm locking it in.
You're
Can I
locking
get it
it
right for
in.
once?
Wrong.
Oh, come on. When am
You'll
I gonna
it
get this
someday,
right?
Paul. You'll get it someday.
Yeah.
Code is, I almost hit code drop. Amigo.
Amigo.
Yep.
Okay, a friend. Friend
Yep.
in Spanish. Okay, I like that.
For just a friend, right?
For just a friend, because this is a Kentucky fire cured just a friend Toro, which by the way I'm now about an inch in, and it is just like a mesquite flavored fire pit grill experience. Like you got the campfire going, the grill, and some sort of ale or coffee or even just cherry cola or cola like I'm having. This is great. So Amigo is our code, 10% off everything in store and online. It's good until midnight tonight, which goes along with the end of our sales. So pair that up, stack it with some of those sales that we have going with the Fistful of Sticks bundle. There's a lot of, if you go to, go to the site and you'll see what's available as far as sales are concerned, and you can stack that 10% off Amigo, A-M-I-G-O, Amigo code.
Yeah, you can pick up some Just a Friends, or actually today, what was planned originally is that we were going to smoke one of the barbecue pigs.
Yeah,
but it
from
didn't work
Quesada.
out because there's not many left, guys.
I think last time we checked, there was 8 left of the barbecue pig, the fire pig by Quesada, which is part of the ugly list. Simply not because of the taste, but simply because of the look, a unique look.
Yep.
So this definitely doesn't fall under the ugly. It's beautiful looking stick. First of all, a very simple, rustic looking band, which I do appreciate. Actually, I didn't think I would. I usually like the ornate, sort of like opulent looking. Like something like you'd see in Ipi Carrillo or AJ Fuentes or whatever. This is Arturo Fuentes, sorry, AJ Fernandez, Kentucky Fire Cured. This is a nice band, and very rustic sort of like aromas from this and taste from this, but in a really good way. I didn't think, I'm going to be dead honest. I wasn't too sure I was going to enjoy this, and I am.
Nice.
This is definitely a barbecue stick.
I'm glad you're liking it. Before we move on to the next thing we were discussing, which I'm really excited to talk about, actually.
Okay.
We have a couple of YouTube chats. 2 from Linden Q4S. Hot dog. I'm guessing that was their guess for the discount code.
Okay.
And then after it is hot dog amigo.
You say Linden?
Linden.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Okay.
And I know what he's getting at. We'll just leave it at that.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Look at just quick overhead on this. So, because I'm about just over an inch in now, and the structure. Look at that. Look at that. It's nice, even straight ash, holding on very well, which is softening, of course, the cooling off, working as an insulator for the cherry.
Yep.
And this is very tasty and nice draw. A lot of good smoke on this.
Typical Nicaraguan construction. It's holding pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that San Andres wrapper, Kentucky Fire Cured wrapper, is tasty. I'm waiting for the sweet. We're not the sweet yet. Oh, I haven't had a sip of the cola lately, so let me just try that now.
Yeah, how's that pairing, real quick?
Well, really well. I can imagine the cherry, or maybe even a vanilla would work as well. But a cherry cola would probably work a bit better. It still works. It works. And I think a cola almost works on not anything, but a lot of sticks. I think it would work. It works with this for sure.
It works. It goes hand in hand with a lot of cigars,
for
in my
sure.
opinion. Especially like my favorite brand, Pravada. I'll admit it, they're my favorite. Their suggested pairings, they always lean on like a Coke, they'll usually have like a broad spectrum of like here's a food pairing, here's a drink pairing, here's a regular non-alcoholic pairing.
Yeah.
And yeah, they make it very in depth with that.
And just so it's for those who don't know, this is actually part of the Drew Estates line. Like
Yep.
this is the Drew Estates is the parent company here that makes these Kentucky Fire Cured Just a Friend
Yeah.
sticks, and they're experts on infused, not necessarily flavored, but infused, right? Or
Yeah.
flavored as well.
Well, infused, and they do. Well, they have the Yummy Bitches line,
Yeah.
which that's actually what it's called.
Yeah,
Like
yep.
in that line, it has the Sweet Janes,
Right.
which are amazing sweet tipped cigars. And then they also have like their standard like Drew Estate lines, like the Liga Privada, and then they have special stuff like the Metallica collab, for example, the M80. What is
The
it?
M81 and the S84. I got something to say about that real quick. And music related. I had the S84 last weekend with the coffee at home on the deck with Lisa, and I really enjoyed it. And I thought, you know what, though? Everybody's telling me you got to have the M81. I came to the store on Monday, and I asked the front, I said to, I think, to Ryan and Terry and Zach and Carter, I was like, hey, are we going to get any M81s? They're like, not too sure. We haven't had them for a while. And then I was in the break room, and I ran into the mastermind, Kyle, who knows all about what's coming and going. And he showed me the manifest for what had just come in a big shipment. And it included, I can say this, right? Some M81s. I don't know if I can say it. Oh, I just said it.
Yeah, you said it now. So.
But like, they're going to be available at some point. So look for those on the website.
Yeah.
And there was, and I'm not going to say anymore, there was a lot of great stuff that I'm like, oh my goodness. And Cole and I grabbed a couple of sticks before they went. But yeah, there's going to be, we'll be talking about that probably next week and in the weeks to come, the newly available sticks that we have.
Switched a little too early to myself. Yeah, I bought like, 3 cigars yesterday and then 3 more today just based on what's come in.
Okay.
There's a lot of good stuff.
I bought 4, 2 of one, 2 of another, because John and I, at some point we're going to get together. Lyndon and I should be getting together. He's a avid pipe smoker, actually.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he likes his pipe. So I'm going to be talking to him tomorrow night. We agreed that we're going to make a full. He's in Calgary,
Okay.
and he actually in the weekends he has a cabin in Fernie, BC. And he goes like they rent it, I think, as a B&B on the weekends. He does the turnover and hangs out and cooks meals and whatever, and hangs out with his Uncle John. Uncle John smokes a pipe. His Uncle John, and we've been on FaceTime calls, and they've been smoking a pipe. I've been smoking a cigar. I think I'm going to join them with a pipe this weekend for sure.
Yeah. I'm sure he's got some good collection stuff,
Yeah,
too.
it'd be interesting to see what he has to say. Yeah, and then maybe we'll get John on the call too, and the 3 of us will be smoking pipes instead of cigars.
Yeah.
What else were we business wise? Just want to make sure we cover what we need to make sure we talked about the golf tournament. Check out all the details on the website cigarchief.com. The sales are ending tonight at midnight. Use the Amigo code that we just gave out, 10% off on top of any sales that are going on. So that's an opportunity for streamers only who got the code to use, right?
Yep.
I can imagine going back to the stick for a second. I can imagine being on the deck on Saturday or Sunday, actually, because we're going to be Nico's game on Sunday, enjoying the stick while barbecuing, enjoying a drink with it. Hopefully he's my son. It's Father's Day. He'll join me too. Oh no, he's working, right? He's working at County Cider Company. Anyways, enjoying this on the deck, barbecuing, and listening to music. Because we have like of course, a Bluetooth speaker, put it out there, and just I tend to blast music sometimes, and we blast all kinds of music, like from jazz to alternative '90s rock, Latino. A lot of Latin music pumps out of that speaker, especially for morning coffee. Jamaican music. We like sunny, happy music in the morning, and then the evening gets a little bit harder rock or jazz sometimes, and lately we've been listening to classical as well. So it's the whole spectrum of music to listen to. Very rarely do you listen to opera. That's probably the only thing. And country, Lisa likes a little bit of country. I'm not a huge fan of country, but there is some stuff that she's introduced me to.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this isn't bad. Chris Stapleton, for instance, I like.
He's good.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of putting together cigar and music. Like, what would you do with cigar and music? What would you do, Cole?
Well,
Segue time.
Segue time. We got you guys covered, actually. We put together recently, actually today it was uploaded. We did a blog. You and I both procured some music playlists on Spotify.
That's right.
With what our favorite smoking songs where would be, or even just like. Sorry, I thought you said I thought you set
No,
yourself on fire. The
no, no.
amount of smoke
I
that
was
was
sitting
coming
there as
out.
I nodded, and then I lost the ash. But instead of going over the ashtray, it went into my lap, and I was like, "It's not burning." No, it's just.
Yeah, I saw you wiping, and then I saw the amount of smoke that was coming up. I'm like, oh my god, do we have?
I exhaled at the same time, and actually, you know what? I did a retrohale inadvertently,
Oh, nice.
and you
Yeah.
know, and it burnt a little bit, but it was like okay, and now I'm really getting the
Yeah.
mesquite and smoky campfire, grilling flavors that are in here for sure. Leather, wood, and so on. Anyways, back to the music.
Yeah, back to the music. We both Paul and I procured 2 Spotify playlists with our own personal music choices, stuff that you like, stuff that I like.
Yep.
And this is we called it the Ultimate Cigar Lounge Playlist.
Yeah, yeah, and I haven't seen. I know what I picked and I put together, and I think I called it "Have a Cigar, Pappy" is the name of my personal playlist. I don't. What was it called? Ours together.
I don't think you know what? I never gave ours a name together.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Where would they find this?
so if you're looking for this blog, you can actually go to the Cigar Chief main page, the homepage.
Yep.
If you look on the little browse categories, there's brands, cigar picks, cigar finder. You're looking for guides and reviews. If you click that, it'll take you straight to a page with all of our blogs that we've done, and it should be the first one on the left. It's got a little cassette thumbnail to it, and you can kind of browse through. We have the links to the actual playlists if you're interested in listening to them, as well as some merging tips and pairing tips to these as well.
That's awesome because I know I had the. Wait, I know that we were going to pair both of ours and like sort of like see okay blend them together. So let's go through some of the songs. I'm really curious because I know you and I like Cole is half my age. In fact, more than half my age. I think I'm 31 years older than you, right?
Yeah, I was born in 2000, so.
Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm not seeing anybody in the chat on Instagram. There's nobody popping up.
Yeah, no, it's been quiet today on Instagram.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I was hoping to hear from like some of the Gen Xers that we usually talk to, like Rainmaker and whoever else is more of my age group. But anyways, the interesting thing is we do share a lot of music, a lot of rock stuff, album oriented rock.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. Anyways, so why don't we get into like what are some of the songs that we're talking about? And in the chat, agree, disagree, add on, whatever. This is a time where we can get a little more interactive with everybody and find out what you think of this playlist and what you would take out and what you would add to it if you had to make your own personal one. Oh, there's some business going on there. But yeah, so this is something I'm really curious. I got a big. Cole put this vlog together and he printed it off for me. Look how many pages that is. So it's cool to see what I'm going to put on the dad glasses here and to see what we have going on. Oh yeah. It's a nice read as well.
Yeah.
So you called yours Cole's Ultimate Cigar Lounge Playlist, curated by you, and then mine is a Have a Cigar Pappy, curated by Paul. You can imagine what the first song is on my playlist with it's Have a Cigar.
I have to adjust the Instagram here, but I do have it pulled up.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, so there's the Spotify playlist. My Spotify playlist: Have a Cigar, The Rain Song, Led Zeppelin, Purple Haze. Purple Haze makes sense. Black Dog, of course, first Led Zeppelin song I ever heard when I was like 7 years old. Yeah, Stones, and then you'll see it like there's all the classic rock. I put it on my shuffle because then it gets into like younger stuff. Lenny Kravitz, then Ray Charles, the Ramones.
Yeah.
Back to ZZ Top, and then Bobby Darin. Peggy Lee Fever is one of my favorite all-time songs. I love it. Perry Como, Bobby Darin, Mac the Knife, and Dean Martin. A lot of Dean Martin.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
And Louis Prima, because I think of like lounge acts like that or Vegas big acts like that. They just like cigars and drink pairings, and this kind of music. They all go hand in hand, in my opinion. And they're also very sing-along songs. Like if I do karaoke, those are that's kind of music I'm doing. Like I'm doing old Dino songs, right? And I think it just pairs so well with it. Anyways, I'm interrupting. I know that you put this together. Tell me more about how this worked out.
So personally, it just kind of worked out. You were just making a playlist, I think.
I was making a playlist for my own sake, and decided since I'm doing this now, I'll make a cigar related playlist on Spotify, and then decided to. Did I share it with you specifically, or did I share it in our work Discord?
I think you had just mentioned that you were making a cigar themed playlist, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to make something to kind of, two hosts, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get both of the kind of both of the spectrum, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially with the age difference, which turns out it didn't make that much of a difference
No,
with the music
actually.
choices. I mean, I don't even rightly know exactly what you have. You just mentioned to
Yeah,
me that it's really similar.
I'm gonna put that up right now, actually. So,
So there's yours.
Yeah.
Cole's Ultimate Cigar Lounge playlist. All right.
yeah, I actually started out with Have a Cigar, but it is a different version. It is from Primus.
Is that by design or just by happenstance that you happen to choose the same song, just a different version of it?
No, I had noticed you started out with
Okay.
Have a Cigar, and I really like Primus's version of Have a Cigar, so I just threw it in there just as like a, I don't know, you start with Pink Floyd, I start with Primus, but it's the same song.
That's
So,
cool.
and then we
Both,
go,
but they both act. They have a very close relationship. Those two bands.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of respect for each other, and both very bass heavy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. From there we go to Arcadia by Goose, legendary, well, soon to be legendary jam band. If you know me, if you know anything about me, I love jam bands. I love the Grateful Dead. So just recently
Listen to the
discovered.
26-year-old. Go on.
Recently discovered Goose, so I've really fallen in love with them. They're pretty much like the Grateful Dead of today.
Okay.
Going on from that, we have So What by Miles Davis.
Oh, with John Coltrane. Nice.
Legendary jazz and trumpet player. I actually would have turned 100 years old this year.
Wow.
I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't. Him and Jose Padron.
Yeah,
Jose
yeah.
Padron, who just turned, I think, 100 on June 12th, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From there, we get
would've.
11th Fret by Gord Downey from the Tragically Hip, Cold Rain and Snow, Grateful Dead, Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot.
Oh, Sundown, you
Da,
better.
da, da,
I
da, da,
can't. Oops, sorry. You know the song.
Yeah, you know the song.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
sing.
Don't sing. It'll get us in trouble.
Life's Been Good by Joe Walsh, Funk 49, James Gang,
Yes.
Lone Star by Tony Marcus. It is a kind of swingy, kind of country vibe.
Okay.
Butter Rum, another song by Goose. Morning Dew, remastered from the 1972 European tour. No one in the truck actually for that. Let me quickly nerd out real quick.
Oh boy. Okay, here we go.
That version was recorded live, and the engineer in the truck was having some issues inside the venue, so he had to go into the venue. And he went to go fix something, and then he heard the first opening chord of that song, and he just said, "You know what? I'm not going back to the truck. I'm just going to stay here, and I'm going to listen to it." And he stayed there, and the song came out perfect.
Perfect.
No audio issues, no nothing. And
Nice.
it's probably the best version of Morning Dew that's
Very
ever been recorded.
serendipitous that it happened that way. Is that right? What use of the word? That's serendipity.
I believe so, yeah. Big Modern by Goose, Time to Flee, Goose.
Sublime.
Yeah, Sublime. 5446, that's my number, and Ball and Chain.
Okay.
Fool in the Rain. I think was that both? Was that in yours?
I think I have not "Fool in the Rain." No, I have the Rain song. Is why I played that. Whenever Nico and I used to go and work for Your TV doing camera, and he'd be doing graphics or whatever for hockey games we covered, I would have him a captive audience in the car so we could discuss stuff and whatever. And we went on a tear for a while where we'd play each other's music and introduce each other to new music. So mostly for him it was like hip hop. And then for me, I introduced him to the Rain song. And it just so happened that I played it, so it ended just by chance, just as we pulled into the driveway. And I looked over at him, I said, "What do you think?" And he had tears running down his eyes. He wasn't bawling, just tears. And he's like, "I don't know why, but that song made me really feel emotional." And I said, "That's perfect. That's beautiful." I was like, Dad win. Like it was perfect. He got the song, he got the vibe of the song. And he since has become a Zeppelin fan. He's a fan of a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Mostly what he listens to is like Playboy Cardi and a lot of hip hop artists like Kendrick Lamar, stuff like that. In fact, his first concert was a Kendrick Lamar concert, and he was about 6 feet away from him at one point.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. There's some cool video of him at that concert. Anyways, so Rain song for me.
Yeah, I just to relate back to Nico's little story, that was kind of the way I was with Grateful Dead. I was like a little apprehensive to get into them. I was trying to get into them for the longest time.
Right.
And then I heard Morning Dew, and that opening chord, it stuck me, and I was like, "Oh my God, what is this?" And as it went on, and then it was like my face is covered in tears. And it's like,
yeah.
this is it. This is why this made me understand the Grateful Dead. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, for me, the very first song I heard by Led Zeppelin when I was like 6 or 7 years old was Black Dog,
Hmm.
and it hit me like a ton of bricks, like in a good way. It was my friend Simon, his Simon Glue, his brother Andy, who used to babysit me. Actually, he was
Hmm.
older brother, and he played it at Simon's house, and I was like, "What is that?" And I went out, and when I was 7 years old, my dad took me to a record store. What do you want to listen to? And I had to find the album, and I searched and searched and searched. I found it myself at the record store in Montreal and gave it to my dad. And of course, that's up in fourth album. It just has the old man with the bundle of sticks,
Yep.
right?
The legendary cover.
The legendary cover. And my dad wasn't familiar with it. And he's like, "What's this? Is this like what?" And I just trust me, and took it home, and it got played over and over
Yep.
again. And as I've appreciated the music more and more, it's that sustain with that Les Paul 59 burst that he plays in that song through the Marshall stack. And I've since appreciated that song and the music more and more as like high school was huge
Yeah.
for me. And then when I did the guitar show, Guitar Picks, I interviewed Keith Scott, who's the lead, not the main guitar player for Bryan Adams, and they've been together since the 1970s. And when I interviewed him, we were in a studio, a private studio in Encinitas, just outside of San Diego, and he pulled out. I told him, bring 20 of your most storied guitars. He has like a couple hundred guitars, and the first one he pulled out, not on well, it was on camera, but not for the show. Cameraman started rolling. I looked at him and said, please roll on this, just for me personally.
Yep.
He pulled out a Les Paul burst, and I could tell right away the telltale, the furry purple lining. That tells you right away what it's going to be. And he pulls out this beautiful Les Paul. Not much cherry, a bit of cherry left on it, and that's why it's called a sunburst. A lot of them just look golden because the cherry sort of fades away. And this is like the holy grail of guitars for vintage guitar collectors. I think there's only about 1,500 made. And he plugs it into a Marshall stack and just starts riffing Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
And it's I'm like, oh my god! And I started getting all emotional, and I nudged Brownie the cameraman. He's like, don't worry, I'm rolling.
Yeah.
Couldn't use it for the show because it's like copyrighted music, but I have it on a DVD actually because I copied back in the DVD days.
Yeah.
I have it for my own personal to watch him play that, and it was incredible. Listening to that guitar, it was like, oh my god, I'm listening to Jimmy Page right in
Yeah.
front of me.
Yeah. Good memories. And
Oh
moments,
yeah,
eh?
definitely. Oh, memories for sure. Black Dog, like, yeah, if you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, the sustain on that is incredible. Anyways,
We have some recommendations from Lyndon on YouTube.
okay. Oh, I'm
He's got a
scared.
couple. Dwight Yoakam,
Okay,
Latin Jazz,
okay.
and Motorhead.
Motorhead, absolute. Oh, that's. See, okay. So Lyndon, John, and myself have been friends since we were 12 years old, and my introduction to Iron Maiden, Motorhead, bands like that was with the three of us were listening to over and over and over again. And there's a beautiful story. Yeah, I'm going to share this story. So Lyndon has a sister, a younger sister, and had a younger brother, special needs, and hardly communicative at all. And when we used to sit in his family room and listen to some music, we listened to like Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, and there were certain songs. Donald would be out in the hallway, and he would sort of rock, and he'd rub the intake for the air conditioning. He'd rub it like, and we noticed when particular songs he would get more excited, and he'd rub the grate to the beat, and it was like, Donald, you like this? And he started getting excited. So we listen. So there was certain music when we were 12, we'd play for Donald, and it was like
Right.
the emotional connection for me. This is something that has stuck with me will stick with me forever. There's a few moments with Donald where I'll just say this without getting too much into it. That I've experienced what true love is. And I say true love, I mean, like, there's true love between Lisa and I, and, hopefully people who are with their life partners. But there was this brotherly love with Donald that hit me quite. I'm getting emotional now thinking about it.
Yeah.
And it started with the music. And then years later, when I used to go to boarding school, I'd spend Sunday dinners at the Aikens at Lyndon's place, and Donald would be there too. And then he was, we'd drive back to the private school. He'd drop me off, but we'd drop Donald off at the home he was staying in. And every time Lyndon would pick him up and carry him in, and I'd wait for him. And this one time, it was my last time before going home to where my parents were in the Middle East, and I wasn't going to see them for about a month. And I said, I'm going to come in with you. Is that okay? Yeah, sure, of course. So I carried Donald in. And when I put him down into his bed, I turned around so that Lyndon could say goodnight and goodbye for the week. And Lyndon said, somebody wants to say goodbye to you still. And Donald reached up and he was doing this.
Aw.
And I reached down and gave him a hug, and he gave me a kiss on my neck, and I lost it. And it was that connection, that brotherly connection that
Yeah.
I felt, and I was like, this is what true love is. This is what true family love is. And I felt it with. Anyways, that's cool. Motorhead made Lyndon mentioning Motorhead brought me back to that point and to the times we listened to in your family room on Digby Road in Oakville.
Yeah, he's got one more recommendation before we get back into the article here. Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, really? Okay. And, a little bit. If you want to get up and groove, we still have. Of course, we do the Thriller vinyl at home, and every so often we'll play that. And I can't help, even with my bad knee, bad ankle, and back, I still can't help but get on the living room floor and start dancing a little bit.
Yeah,
to Lisa's great delight.
Yeah, yeah. Michael Jackson has some good songs, like especially on that Thriller album.
Thriller album's
You can
full of
listen to
bangers.
that Thriller album all the way front to back, and not
Absolutely.
skip a single song. Anyway, a couple more songs from my playlist. We have Moonscapes by Danger Muffin, another kind of Grateful Dead jam band like. I put this one in just. I know it's not related to cigars. Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Goose Factory Fiction, which is their epic 11-minute, 16-minute actually, jam.
Wow.
Sarsaparilla by Danger Muffin, and Atlas Dogs by Goose.
So a lot of Goose in there for sure.
lot of
you just went
Goose.
to their concert like last week, didn't you?
Yeah, recently it was, I think last Saturday, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so coming up on a week. Yeah, and I've listened to that same concert because they upload all of their shows on a site called Nugs.
Okay.
I've listened to it like 4 or 5 times since going and seeing it live.
So what happened when you blended the two together? Tell me about what you did there. Was it through AI you did something where it blended the two playlists together to make the ultimate playlist for cigar smoking?
Yeah, so I just consulted with some AI to kind of come up with some sort of little flow, kind of, if you're looking to match both of the playlists.
Yeah.
You can kind of get a good vibe. So actually here, I'll pull that up. Here it is. We have a little flow chart actually. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, so if you're looking to meld both of these playlists together, and yet again, if you're looking to find a way to get to these playlists easily, it's right on our guides and review page on the blog. So it starts with the first light, start with laid-back acoustic folk and breezy classic rock to set a calm conversational mood as cigars are cut and lit. The artists it recommends are the Grateful Dead, America, and Gordon Lightfoot.
Okay.
The body for the next 90 minutes shift into gritty, mid-tempo rock jam band exploration to bring a pulsing, rhythmic energy to the room as the cigars reach their sweetest spot.
And that's where I'm at in the cigar right now, and that's where we definitely have a strong crossover between you and I, right? And I just, if I can interrupt for a second, that's exactly where I am with the cigar right now with the Kentucky Fire Cure Just a Friend Toro that I'm smoking. I'm about halfway through, and it is consistent with that sort of fire pit, smoky mesquite grilling atmosphere that you would expect on a warm summer's evening in Kentucky or here in Ontario or wherever you are. This is consistently really not something I'd expect to enjoy. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've noticed sometimes, like, look at this, the smoke on this. Okay, not a good example.
Yeah.
But I think there's been a few times when,
What I thought you set yourself on fire, definitely.
yeah, there's great smoke on this.
It looks like you're hitting a vape almost, the amount of smoke
right?
you're getting
Yeah.
off of it.
Yeah.
But the next 60 minutes, it says, cool things down with vintage swing, sultry jazz, and smooth crooners to create a classy, sophisticated atmosphere. So
Yeah,
it
man.
recommends going with Miles Davis, Dean Martin, Bobby Darin, Peggy Lee.
Ugh,
And then
awesome.
the last phase, called the chill out, the final 65 minutes, close out with smooth alternative rock, modern roots, and reggae fusion as the night winds down and conversation turns reflective. So it recommends Red Hot Chili Peppers, Billy Strings, Sturgill Simpson, Lou Reed, and Sublime.
Nice. I love how you curated this. I love how this worked
Yeah.
out. That's cool.
And actually, I have some pairings for you as well, if you're interested in those.
Of course, hit me.
So, because the play with mine, it suggested both of our playlists got a pairing, and both of them were suggested, and each one got a different pairing. I think I just repeated that.
It's okay, go
But
ahead.
each gets their own pairing. So for the Cole Lounge playlist, because the playlist relies heavily on long improvisational acoustic jams, i.e., Goose, Billy Strings, and Jerry Garcia, and electric, earthy roots music, you need a cigar that burns slowly and offers complex, changing flavor transitions.
Okay.
The ideal wrapper: Ecuadorian Habano or Connecticut Broadleaf. Ideal size: Toro or double Corona. This playlist demands
Agreed.
a larger Vitola that will last at least 90 to 120 minutes, allowing you to settle into the deep jams from said bands. Earthy flavor profile, you're looking for earthy, sweet cedar, roasted nuts, and light baking spices. And why it works: the woodsy complexity of a Habano. The woodsy complexity of a Habano wrapper beautifully mirrors the organic acoustic textures of flat-picked bluegrass and improvisational live jams. So, the cigar that it came up with, that we came up with, is the Foundation Highclere Castle Edwardian Churchill.
Wow. Okay. I have not had one of those, and we have them here, don't we?
We do have them in stock, yes.
Foundation Highclere Castle Edwardian Churchill.
Yep.
A nice long vitola, longer smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly gives you time to reflect, to listen to the music, to discuss the music with whoever you're listening to. With you and I have got to do this ourselves at one point.
I think we should.
And listen to that playlist and see how it goes with that cigar. First of all, for the cool lounge, is that part the 1/4 of the playlist?
Yeah, we should mix ours together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Spotify has a mixing feature where you can mix playlists together.
We could actually be in separate locations too.
That's
and
true.
do a jam, right?
That's true, yeah. There's a lot of features that I haven't used on Spotify before.
I know that locally you can do a jam via Bluetooth. Can you do a jam like through the internet though?
Oh, probably.
Probably. That'd be cool. Anyways, go on.
But just the Foundation Highclere Castle Edwardian Churchill is the perfect companion, wrapped in a silky Ecuadorian Habano leaf and crafted in a traditional Churchill format. It offers the long, unhurried smoking experience this playlist deserves.
All right.
You want to know what you got?
Yeah,
All
definitely.
right. So, for Have a Cigar Poppy, the playlist leans heavily into bold, iconic mid-century retro vibes. The music transitions between heavy rock anthems, Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, ZZ Top, and the swagger of vintage Vegas crooners, Dean Martin, Bobby Darin, Louis Prima.
Double boom.
It requires a smoke that is punchy, rich, and undeniably classic. For the wrapper, it recommends a Mexican San Andreas Maduro or dark Nicaraguan Corojo.
I'm down.
Ideal size: Robusto or boxed pressed Bellicoso.
Box press Belicoso. Go on.
A classic hard-hitting format that delivers high concentration of flavors. Flavor profile: dark chocolate, espresso, black pepper, and rich leather. Why this works: a bold, full-body Maduro matches the gritty, bass-heavy grooves of Black Dog and Lagrange. At the same time, the chocolate and espresso notes pair magnificently with a neat pour of bourbon, capturing the luxurious late-night swagger of Bobby Darin's vocal performances.
Okay, I'm so curious to see what the ultimate cigar for that is.
Are you ready?
Yeah. I'm not nervous. I'm excited.
The La Aroma de Cuba Mi Amor Bellicoso. I actually smoked this morning.
Yeah, you did.
That's the part of the reason why I actually went out and smoked it is because I was really interested by the
you
flavor
didn't tell me
notes.
why. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So if there were ever a cigar built for this playlist, it's the La Aroma de Cuba Mi Amor Bellicoso, wrapped in a dark, oily Mexican San Andreas Maduro
Yes.
leaf and finished in a classic box-pressed Bellicoso. It checks every single box for this playlist.
Okay. I you know what? And that's been on my to smoke list for a long time. And you enjoyed. I watched you smoke that, and I smelt it. I was like, that you really enjoyed that, right? And you were leaning towards me, going, "I think you're gonna like this. I think you're gonna like this." You know,
Yeah,
based on my flavor profile.
It was the definition of true chocolate bomb.
Okay, and we have that available here, of course, right?
Yeah, it's still available right now. I think it's getting close to low stock, so if you're interested in trying some of these pairings with the playlists, definitely pick one up right now.
Now, okay, so we're going to wrap things up here for this segment. What I would suggest to everybody out there is go to the website, go to the guides and reviews, and find the latest blog that Cole put together, which is this music blog, and check out the playlist if you didn't follow it here now, or if you did, and see what you think. And reply to it and add your suggestions. Add what you would take off of the list or add to the list on both mine and Cole's playlist. We're going to combine them at some point, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And I think it'll be a good discussion to revisit in about a week's time to see what people have said about what they think of our playlist and what their playlist could be. Add to it so we can sort of mix. I guarantee I'm going to adjust my playlist according to the feedback we get.
I've already added songs to it since writing the blog, if I'm being honest.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the cool. That's the cool thing about this. It's an organic, subjective sort of playlist, right? That we can adjust as we go. I'm not going to lock mine in. I'm going to adjust it as I go as well. There might be some songs I'm going to take out that I was excited about. I'm like, maybe I'll take that out and put something else in. I'm definitely looking forward to listening to some of your music that I haven't heard before. And I'm also looking forward to what people are going to suggest. And you know what? My ears are open for trying something new. So I'm looking forward to hearing what that feedback would be. So as we get closer to the end here, I still got quite a bit to smoke. So I'm approaching the back end, the back third. And this has been my final thoughts on this fireside, Kentucky Fire Cured Just a Friend Toro. My final thoughts would be that it is definitely mesquite heavy in a great way. It's like I'm smoking next to a campfire and I'm getting the campfire smells along with it. Well, it's infused in here because the tobacco's been hanging in a old shed with wood like oak and maple charred sort of flavors in here, and it's consistent throughout. Great smoke on this, very good draw. I didn't do a V cut, I did a straight cut, and I'm getting a very nice draw for this. And definitely something that is absolutely reminiscent of being at a campfire or a barbecue pit. Something for sure you want to pick up if to smoke while you're smoking something, maybe over the afternoon or a day, smoking a brisket or ribs or whatever. This is definitely the pairing for that. Perfect Father's Day. Perfect for Father's Day. In fact, I'm going to pick one of these up to have on Sunday. I've got so much to smoke now in my humidor. I got a 3-tiered desktop humidor that I have yet to season and put my cigars in. My cigar humidor right now is busting at the seams, and I need to open up. Anyways, so I'm going to add some of that. So that's my final thoughts. Great cigar for a campfire or barbecuing for sure.
Yep.
And okay, so that's pretty much it. I would again go to the cigarchief.com. Oh yeah, the code once again is.
We have an unboxing.
Oh, right. We have an unboxing
Yeah.
to do. So we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to, the excitement of unboxing. I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, no, it's something, I know the viewers like it, and it's something we haven't done in a bit, but I know there's something really interesting in that box that they're going to want to see, you're going to want to see as well. I've already picked one of them up.
Really?
Not a box, but one of the single sticks.
Nice. Okay, so we'll do that after the break. So until then, stay smoking. So I'm not too sure what I'm about to unbox here. What I do know is this. I'm going to read you something. You think every cigar from this legendary Nicaraguan family is built to overpower your palate? Think again. So I'm excited because I'm not too sure. A legendary Nicaraguan family, that's what we got in here. Let's see what we got. It's Father's Day coming up, so let's see if there's anything related to Father's Day. Okay. Careful I don't cut myself here. This is like Christmas or my birthday or Father's Day.
It's a good feeling opening something
Yeah, man.
that you don't know what's in there.
Whoops, sorry, I'm hitting the mic there with the box. Okay, so ready? Oh, that looks, let me just spin this around. That looks familiar. Looks very familiar. Yep. My father, la gran oferta, the big offer. My father, la gran oferta. Let's pop this out of the box. Let me get rid of this cardboard. Usually you're in the corner there next to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so look at that. It's the classic My Father, opulent looking artwork. My Father cigars, La Gran Oferta. So before I open this up, let me tell you a bit about it. Or shall I open it up and then tell you? What do you think?
Let's open it up first
Okay.
and then get into the read.
So there's the, and let's open up this beautiful wooden box. Undo the latch. Oh, yeah, man, look at that.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
The artwork and the inside cover of these boxes are always beautiful. Very classic cigar looking artwork. La Gran Oferta. Look at that. This is a box of what, 20? Toro Gordos, 6x56. Let me read a bit about this. The origin is Nicaragua. First of all, My Father, La Gran Oferta Toro Gordo. The origin is from Nicaragua. The strength is medium to full, and they come in a 6x56 Toro Gordo. This cigar showcases an oily Ecuadorian Habano Rosado wrapper over an all Nicaraguan core grown on the Garcia family farms and rolled at My Father Cigars S.A. in Esteli. It uses a Nicaraguan binder and filler to deliver a medium to medium full profile that was blended as a more dialed back, highly approachable take within the My Father portfolio while still carrying the brand's trademark structure and spice. Expect a flavor progression built around sweet, natural tobacco, black and red pepper, mixed citrus, dark chocolate, leather, espresso, and molasses-like richness, all framed by that reddish, slightly rosado wrapper and the ornate La Gran Oferta artwork inspired by a historic 1913 brand. Wow. That you hear all those flavors? Natural tobacco, black and red pepper, mixed citrus.
Yeah,
That to me is intriguing. I've only experienced the citrus really truly once, and I can't remember what that cigar was. Just a couple weeks ago we had one, and I got a bit of tangerine.
wasn't it the? I thought it was the Beretta.
Was it the Berta Don Chico
can't-
Maduro? I think it was.
Yeah, sometimes honestly, I'll be honest. Like sometimes the amount of cigars that we smoke on stream, it kind of melds together.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I think it was the Beretta Don Chico.
Yeah, and you know what I'm doing with the reviews is I'm collecting the paperwork that we have given, that we come up with to showcase each cigar. I'm keeping them in order that they came in, and I might do some sort of like blog based on what we smoke, maybe monthly.
Did you want to pull one of the
Yep.
cigars out of the box so we can
Yep.
get a close up on the band and what it looks like?
Oh, it's almost like I don't want to undo this, but I can't undo that. It's gonna break the seal. So let me just delicately, he says. Oh, I can't. I don't want to open this. Can I?
You can, yeah. The sticker isn't on there that tight, so if you just kind of raise
Okay,
it up,
I'm doing it
it'll-
as gently as possible.
Yeah.
Sorry for wasting time here.
No, it's all
But
good, man.
oh, look at that. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, the blue on that.
That blue on the end, I love it. I love when there's that little like that velvety looking ribbon at the foot.
I think most My Father cigars have those bands
Yeah.
on the foot,
Yeah.
which is it just adds an extra touch. I know obviously you don't smoke it,
No, take that off. But
but
it's
it does add an extra little bit of a
that opulence, that
Yeah.
classiness to
yeah,
it.
a little kick
Little kick. Yeah.
to stand out on the shelves there.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
beautiful band, and the box is just as beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pop that in for a second so I can show that again the inside artwork there.
Yeah, show that off.
Gran oferta, which means the big offer, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And these are relatively new. How long ago were these introduced? I really don't know.
So I believe they 2018.
Okay, so they're
2018, I think.
not new, but
They're not new, but it's a good restock. I don't think we have had them in the last. well, I've been working here for about a year and a half. I have not seen those
Okay.
in the year and a half that I've worked here.
Well, this is exciting. This might be part of that haul that we recently got, that shipment we got that Kyle was mentioning to me.
It actually is. It just came in yesterday.
Oh, there we
I
go then.
picked up a couple. I'm looking forward to smoking these. And yeah,
Well, you know, I picked up a couple of the judge, my father the judge, yesterday, along with a couple other sticks. I'm thinking I might pick up at least one of these anyways to try because those flavor notes, wow. I mean, espresso, red pepper, mixed citrus, dark chocolate, leather, of course, molasses like richness. Yeah, that just sounds lovely. So I'll be looking. Maybe we'll do this as a review in the near future.
maybe, you never know.
Yeah, and that's again the benefit of working here is how often we get to try new cigars. I highly recommend you do the same. Use the codes that we offer and so on. Anyways,
Code Amigo.
what else can we say about this? I guess that's it, really, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is something to definitely pick up. Again, if use the code 10% off. Amigo will be good until midnight tonight for all things in store and online at cigarchief.com. Great storied cigars to explore there. So until next time, stay smoking.